Many will say, yet another West Indian cricketer, a West Indian born cricketer, migrated to England and is performing very well in the Test arena. Why then is that our Test players cannot perform at the level of a Jacob Bethell and a Jafra Archer, for instance? Both from Barbados, both played youth cricket in the West Indies. And we will quick to point blame at Cricket West Indies. And it appears that no one wants to look at the cultural issue, the cultural underlining issues. People of the Caribbean, when they're in the West Indies and they are working for you in the West Indies, you have to practically beg them to work. And you are paying them, but you have to virtually beg them. They come to work anytime, they drag their feet, and anyway, they are unproductive. And those same persons, a person who is unproductive in your business place and gives you attitude, should that person migrate to England or the USA tomorrow? They suddenly start doing two jobs and become very productive. So it's not only in cricket or in sport that the people of the Caribbean becomes better when they leave our shores. Jacob Bethell is 152 not out. Matthew Potts is 10 not out. England are 326 for 8, a lead of 143. Hello everyone, and welcome to the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you for being here. I appreciate your company, and I look forward to our interactions on this final night of the Ashes series. I was saying to my good friend Elton earlier this morning that somehow if England can just get this up to 200, especially with Bethell still batting, albeit Stark is armed with a new ball, but if England could just get somewhere around 200, we could be in for an interesting match. Albeit though their best bowler might not bowl. Ben Stokes, I think, is the best bowler for England. He was warming up this morning with his ribs heavily strapped, but that's left to see if he will bowl. But it would be interesting if England could get a lead of 200. I want Australia to win, but it would be very interesting if they could get a lead of 200. I look forward to your comments. There's a live poll going on. Who is your player of the series? Mitch Stark or Travis Head? It will be very interesting to see. Right now, the last time I check it, Travis Head is leading very far. But I don't think it should have been that far. Travis Head is leading. End of over number 83. England 327 for 8. Bethell has moved up to 153. So 153 for Bethell, 10 for Pot, Matthew Pot. And the Australian bowlers have been relentless since morning. They have bowled some good deliveries. Bethell was given out leg before off bowling, but the ball was clearly going over the stumps. It's 327 for 8. So that's the score as Bethell, who's on 153, is going to face up now to Bowland, who have 2 for 26. Round the wicket, bowls to Bethell, who cuts this away down backward of point. There's a field on the boundary. They will get 1. The score will move up now by 1. So the score will move up by 1. And the score is now 328 for 8. 328 for 8 as the score moves up by 1. So it's going to be very interesting. I just think that Mid-Stark is much closer than the 62 to 38%. 29 wickets at 20 apiece. That's brilliant, man. Bowland bowls to Bethell, who covers up and played it back down the inside of the pitch. The score remains at 327 for 8. 327 for 8. Good night, Jamor Smalls. It's good to have you here, and good night to everyone, especially my visually impaired audience. I appreciate you much, and I thank a lot. I'm happy to bring the commentary to you. I appreciate everyone who is here, but that's a special shout out to my visually impaired audience. 2 slips goes down as Bowland over the wicket, bowls to Bethell, who drives down to long off. And he stayed. He doesn't want the singer. He doesn't want to expose Pot to too many deliveries. So the score is 327 for 8. How many can England defend? The lead is 144. 144 is the lead. 327. The lead is 144. Levi Katu, my friend, man. How you doing, man? Good night, man. Good night. Let's watch Bowland. He's over the wicket. He bowls to Bethell, and Bethell drives, beaten outside the half stump. It goes through to the keeper. Well, drive. That one under across him as he was into the drive, and it goes through to the wicket keeper. What is West Indies official T20 squad? I have not seen it. I've still not seen it. I've constantly checking. I have gone on the West Indies website more time than I can imagine over the last 2 days. You know, I usually check the West Indies website like all 2-3 times a day, sometimes 5, depends on what's going on. But over the last 2-3 days, I have checked it so many times. So that steered away down to backward point by Bethell, and he gets another singer. The score goes up by 1. So it's 328. So Bowland would have 1 delivered to Potts. And because next week, Wednesday, the T20 Blaze starts. The women T20 Blaze starts next week, Wednesday. And so we'll have our women tournament start next week, Wednesday. I think Jamaica will play Leeward Islands next week, Wednesday. All matches will be played at the Arnosvale in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Not surprising. The president carrying on the tournament, you know. And all of them will be on the West Indies YouTube channel and fan code. So fan code, wow. So nice, that fan code. Fan code is taking the match. Very interesting. Fan code taking it out of India. That means they'll be making some money. So it's good. So all the matches will be on the West Indies YouTube channel, and they started next week. Next week, Tuesday, January the 13th, I have a school challenge quiz competition. You remember the school challenge quiz competition final that should have been from last year, but Melissa disrupted. It will be this Tuesday coming. So I will be streaming that event live. So Windward Islands will play Guyana in the morning match. Jamaica will play Leeward Islands in the afternoon match, and the night match will be Trinidad and Tobago versus Barbados. So that start next week, Tuesday, the T20 Blaze, the women T20 Blaze. Yes, Stark over the wicket, bowls to Bethell, who look to turn it down the leg side, taken on the pad. The score remains 328 for 8. You know, you heard Alicia Healy last night in the press box saying that she has done her wifely duty. I don't know what that means. I don't, you know, because she's the wife of Mitchell Starks. Yeah, you know. So the Super 50 T20 Blaze starts. So let's see what will happen. As Starks, 2 slips, goes down. He's over the wicket, bowls to Bethell, and Bethell edge to the keeper, and he's out. Finally, look to play one far from his body. I think he's more likely looking to get the runs. So 30 wickets now for Mitchell Stark. I would have preferred seeing him flashing hard at that one. He ended up playing a nothing shot. And that's a poor way to get out in this stage. You know, it better that he was flashing at it and all of that, you know. You just dab it through to the keeper. You leave that alone or you flash hard at it. You know, no one would blame you for flashing hard. Good innings though, young man. Well played. Very, very good innings. And I think that this will be the first of many centuries for him, for England. You know, can West Indies get him back? I doubt it very much. It's a very happy appearance. He is there. 154 from 265 deliveries. At least he makes Australia has to bat again in this match. Well played. And they're standing to him. They have just seen a gem. He can bat. He can bat. You know, you get the impression that if he was not batting with the number 10, he would not have played at that ball. He would not have played at it. It's just the approach that you know, I don't think was right. He should flash at it, get the edge. They took a brilliant catch. That's okay. But he just barely dabbed it. And I think that was not the right approach to that shot. You know, so good innings though, young man. Well played. We hope you are here to play some for the West Indies. Yeah, nice Nakatina. Yeah. Greetings. Okay, Stephen Roach, how you doing? Good to have you here, Stephen Roach. The postman is here ready to deliver another cricket message to you today. Okay, cool, Stephen Roach. I'm waiting for it. I'm always glad to have you here because when you're here, you say so many things that cannot be corroborated by the facts. So, and it always gives me a pleasure. So I am happy that you're here. I'm happy. Yes, Athena, it was a nice knock. The jam was small. You salt up Bethell. You see, there's a shot again. He should just play a more aggressive shot. He just take that, you know. Back away and slash at the ball or something. I mean, you're batting with number 10. You need to get as many runs as possible. Slash at it, get a hedge and out. Then that's okay. They said today is not Bethell day. Well, cool. So let's. Do you think Shimron Hetmyer made the West Indies World Cup squad due to his experience in India? I don't name him in my squad. If I was picking the West Indies squad, I would not pick him in it. I have other persons who I think are ahead of him at this time. You know, but that is just me. I mean, I know other persons would pick him. But me, I wouldn't have room for him. I wouldn't have room for him. Because if you look at the top 5, if you look at, you know, if I wouldn't rule him out totally, Kevin. Levi, I wouldn't rule him out totally like say, well, boy, I would never pick him. I wouldn't rule him out, but if I'm picking the World Cup squad now, he would not be in my squad. You know? Yeah. Stephen Roach said, Edmire should not be anywhere near West Indies squad. As a matter of fact, Edmire should be nowhere near Asia continent. Why are you so harsh on why are you so harsh on him, Stephen Roach? I would not pick him, but I would not rule him out in that way that you are ruling him out. You know? No, I can't rule him out like that. Oh, Jamo, that's 30 wickets now. So I guess 30 wickets in a boss. You heard 328 for 9. In cricket, you heard that 5 wickets equal 100 runs. 5 wickets for the bowlers. For the bowlers, it's like a batsman making 100 runs. And so if he gone 30 wickets, therefore, and Ed gone 600 runs, it's like it's the same level of performance if you judge it like that. So I'm surprised that the poll is so one-sided leading towards Ed at this time. That one is drive right to the right of the field at mid-on. Travis said, talk about Travis said. So 329 now for 329 for 9. The lead is 146. 146 is the lead. And this more look like it, 59 to 41. Yeah. I do not have an issue with anyone voting for Stark or voting for Ed, but I don't think that the gap was that wide as it was being shown earlier. I don't think it was that wide, you know. So this more look like it. And if it switched the other way, 51-49 to Mitchell Stark, I still won't have an issue. Please remember to hit that thumbs up button. And I'm asking you to check out the Cricket Forum store. There's a lot of cricket gears there. The link is in the video description. You can click on the link and check out our Cricket Forum store. There's a lot of things there, a lot of cricket gears there. It's a cricket time now, and even if you don't play cricket anymore, buy something for a youngster in your era, your community, your country. You know, support your primary school, buy them a set of gear. So check out the Cricket Forum store. I have a lot of gears there. There are other things there too, but it's a Cricket Forum store. So at the top of it, you will see a lot of cricket gears. But if you scroll down, you will see other things that you can use for your personal use and so on, and your home and all of that. So the link is in the video description. Please check out the Cricket Forum store and just click on the link, and it will carry you to our Amazon storefront, and you make your purchase. All the logistics is done by Amazon. So once you click on the link, it takes you to our store on Amazon. The delivery, the collection, everything is done by Amazon. Very trusty. You know Amazon Trust. So, and also don't forget COOFANDY. You know, get 50% off by clicking on the link in the video description and buying something from COOFANDY today. 50% using the code COOFANDY50 and get 50% off. This is Bowl and bowls to Potts, and he's beaten outside the Arsenal 330 for 9. 330 for 9 is the score. Yes, so check out COOFANDY. Thanks both COOFANDY. Thanks COOFANDY for their support of the Cricket Forum, and you please support COOFANDY, please. Michael Douglas is making the point that Stark score runs also. True, Mr. Brown, you are still picking Pooran after what Pooran said recently. If you listen to what I said, because if I am the coach, I know Pooran will play. The problem that Pooran having now is that DRS. Whoa, that hit the edge. Didn't that? Oh, no. Whoa. That ball certainly looked like it hit the edge. DRS a joke. That ball, and they were playing it a million times and can't see any edge. But that ball looks like it hit the edge to me. Well done, umpire. If you look back at that ball looks like it hit the edge to me. But DRS again coming up in the last match of the series. So there are 2 slips on the gully and a forward short leg as Boland makes his way. 2 for 38. Bowls to Potts, who plays it to that man at forward short leg, and there is no run. So that's a good point Michael Douglas is making. That Starks make runs too. Oh, Stephen Roach, yeah, the point I'm making is that it is now coming over clear that the number one reason it appears why Puran is not playing is because he's not playing for Sammy. Now, I did say that I would have a talk with him. I would have a talk with him. I would negotiate it with him. That's what I said. So it's not like I'm going to pick him because he's retired. I'm going to pick him. I'm going to have a discussion with him. The discussion may even take 2, 3, 4 days because it's just that's how negotiation goes. That's how negotiation goes. So you're way behind Stephen Roach. You're not at that level yet. Do you have any expectation of the West Indies in the World Cup? They have to reach semifinals. That's my. Would I bet on them to reach semifinals? No. But I expect them to I want them to reach the semifinals. But I would not bet on them to reach the semifinals. After back foot goes Potts, and he spanked that through extra cover down to the boundary for 4. Oh, what a shot by Potts. He just rocked back on his back foot, and you think that it would have been Joe Root. 3:38 now for 9. Right at the top of the bunks. Straight bat. Beat mid-off to his left, and it goes into extra cover boundary for 4. So there's a cover and there's a mid-off. And the mid-off, all the mid-off could do is to turn and retrieve the ball from the boundary. What a shot by Potts. Was that Joe Root batting there, Harry Brook? Oh, my Lord. Pat's opening up now, said Jamor Sumal. Yes. Stephen Roach said, just oh no, Mr. Brown. You know, here comes Starks over the wicket, bowls beaten outside the half stump, goes through to Carse. So that's Tongue who pushed the bat and draw it back, but after the ball has passed. You see, because by the way, how is Manchester United doing today? They draw 2-2 with a side that they should have beaten. Have they beaten that mighty football club Burnley? Manchester United will end up like Manchester City. And you know that, Stephen Roach, you're not allowed to call that name in the chat, you know. Why do you come here and call that name? Don't write that word. I don't want to see that word. Never. Potts, the white Viv Richards, said Stephen Roach. Starks bowl a wayward bouncer down the leg side through to Carey. Tongue didn't have to play. He just allows it to go by. 3:38 for 9. The lead is now 155. Yeah, you know, Michael Douglas, I would have to give Stark. I would have to give Stark it now. Unless Ed comes and make another 100. Because there was a match when Mitchell Starks made a half century. So if you had that to his 30 wickets, then you'd have to say that's 700 odd runs because he have made some runs in the tournament. You know, so it's interesting. Very, very, very interesting, Michael Douglas. Very interesting point you bring up there, you know. So Travis Edison. So Stark 2 for 68, which push him up to 30 wickets, you know. Some batsmen really perform in this tournament, you know. Yes. So I'm checking to see. Just give me a chance there. I'm checking to see. Starks made 156 runs in the tournament at an average of 26. That's down the ground by tongue. This will run very close to the boundary. In fact, it gets there now. Lovely shot. He came on the front foot and stroked Starks past him. So it's 342 now for 9. You know, when the roller is on this pitch, it flat out for a while and then it start give trouble. You know, so if England can capitalize here now, wow. So you know, so Starks have scored 156 runs at an average of 26 with a strike rate of 60.46. A lot of West Indies batsmen would have proud of that, you know. A lot of West Indies batsmen would be very, very proud of that. Drive beaten outside the half stump. Yeah, a lot of West Indies batsmen would be very proud of that. Making 150 odd runs in a series. And start the Australian fast bowler. That's what he did. Yeah, that he done. For me, he's clearly the man of the series, the player of the series. Clearly. No question asked anymore. He's the player of the series. But yeah. From Pooran and Class to retire, they are struggling for consistency. Michael Douglas, that's one of the points that I guess you were listening to me the other day when I said that that's one of the points that I'd have to bring up to him. You can bring it coming up. Okay. No. If you can wait till it's ready. No. Yeah, that's one of the points that I brought up. If you had listened to the video the other day, that's one of the things that I would have pointed out to him, you know. And I would have also pointed out that it's not only Clarkson, but also Quinton de Kock. And he found that out and went back to South Africa, you know. Stephen Rhodes said people pays good money for his jokes. Yeah. Okay, Stephen Roach. So you're a comedian, Stephen Roach? Well, you think that Pooran would be proud of that batting average? In Test cricket. Yeah, so for me, Mitchell Stark is the player of the series, and unless Travis said come in the second innings and make 100, because yeah. Bowler, another wicket, bowls, covers up and plays it to mid on, and there is no run. I wonder why are these two bowling so long though? It's a long spell. Is it that because they're not playing any more test match for the next 6-7 months, are they about probably 5-6 months, so that they can bowl Stark into the ground? Because Boland was bowling before the new ball, and then he has bowled 4 overs since the new ball. Well, they probably give Stark 1 or 2 more because, yeah, 4 is all right, 6 is all right. But it just looked like it longer than that. Yes, Boland over the wicket now. He bowls to Potts, and Potts off the back foot punch it down to the man at deep cover, and there is no run. So the number 10 shielding the number 11 here. Wow. What are we witnessing here? The number 10 shielding the number 11. This is absolutely fantastic. I'm only a comedian, Mr. Brown, when it comes to West Indies cricket. Okay, cool. Yes. So here is Boland. He's over the wicket, bowls, leave alone by Potts outside the half stump. He just pushed the left pad, pull the bat away, allows it to go through to the keeper, Carey. 342 for 9. This is the 88th over being bowled. This is the last match of the Ashes series. Now, one of the things that this time of the year, I always enjoy this time of the year because the cricket starts so early in the evening. I know that later on CPL is going to start about the same time, but it's two different quality. You cannot compare the quality of CPL to Test cricket in Australia. Bowl and over the wicket. Oh, he was caught in two minds there. Potts, he was whether to leave or to play. In the end, he did none. And the ball goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. 342 for 9. England just trying to post a total here to give Ed another chance to make 100 and definitely be the player of the series. You know, it's fluctuating. It was 55-45 just now, but now it's 58-42. So keep the votes coming in. I really want 100 votes on this one to really have a good say. Bowl and bowls to Potts, who looks to turn that into the onside, but it goes straight back to the bowler as it hit the outer portion of the bat and goes back to the bowler, and there is no run. John will say, who's ready for a tick outside edge? John will say, what? England batting too long now, right? We want a winner before we go to sleep tonight, don't? Yeah, man, we definitely need a winner before we go to sleep tonight. Need a winner before we go to sleep tonight. 342 for 9. Stephen Roach said that he is worried that Blunder Factory and Sleepy Chase are trying to take my place as a comedian. You really got to the next level now, Stephen Roach. Over the wicket comes Starks, bowls to the right-handed tongue. He squared them up and it goes to backward point, and there is no run. 342 for 9. The lead is 159. You know, England bowling is not that hot, you know. So, with injured Ben Stoke, although Tong I think get about 28 wickets in the series so far or something like that. Tong he has got quite a few wickets in the series, you know. Carse got 22 and Tong got 19, so 22. Okay. Boland is on 20. Over the wicket comes Starks. Bowl drive in the air to cover. That's it. 31 wicket now for Starks. Australia would need 160 to win. He came forward and he drove it straight to Labachine. And Mitchell Starks got 31. And so Australia will need 160 runs to win this series 4-1. And they're going to look back at the last test and said at Melbourne and said, why we never just show some more commitment? You know? They're going to look back at that last test and say, boy, this could have been another 5-love, you know. But they don't have the bowling. They don't have the bowling to challenge Australia. A fit Archer, Mark Wood, Ben Stoke, it would be a different story. But none out of those three not playing. So I don't see them challenging. I don't see them challenging. No, I never saw Shea up century or it's 160 balls. No, I didn't watch any of the. No, I didn't watch any of it. I never had time to watch it, and furthermore, I'm not getting it on any of the channel that I have. Today, what was it? 160 ball? Yes, today, and Ruston Chase defending 18 against. Would have buttering the last over today, denying him of a century. Now, when it comes to white ball, you know, Michael Douglas, I always tell people that Ruston Chase have to be in the white ball team. The white ball teams, yeah? Maybe not all the time in the ODI team, but he's a good white ball cricketer. He's not a test cricketer. He's not a test cricketer, though, but he's a very good white ball cricketer. So Australia will need 160 to win. What so maybe we should do another. No, this poll is so important that I can't do another poll. Have to stick with this poll because I really want persons to vote on this poll and tell me really who they think is the player of the series. And it depends on Travis Head innings right now. For me, right now, I have Stark in front, but it will depend on the innings that he plays right now. I really think so. It will really depends on the innings that he played. Yep. Really, it's gonna depend. It's definitely going to depend. It's a high-scoring game today. Shea Hope. Yeah, 118 from 69 deliveries. Yes. Oh, Sonny and Lorraine is at the SA 20. All of them gone there now. 3 point. Oh, so Chase got a wicket in the last over. He got the last. Ackerman. He got Ackerman in the last over. Oh, just Butler, you were trying to say. Just Butler. Okay, I just didn't know. Because these South African names are so funny. But it's just Butler. Just Butler. Oh. Okay, Michael. I saw what happened. It's just a typo. You forget to put the space between the Butler and the IN. Yeah. Garth Williams, no, I have not seen any. I have not seen any. I have checked and I have not seen any. But I'm not surprised. This is how West Indies behave. You know, there's a group of persons who are running West Indies cricket now. They don't have any they don't respect us. They don't rate us. They look on us with contempt. You know, they look on us with contempt. They don't. We, the supporters of West Indies cricket, we are their humble servants. Almost every other, I think New Zealand named their squad today. I don't know if Pakistan named it yet, but New Zealand named today. England, India, Australia, New Zealand, you know, South Africa. I just look at the full members. Zimbabwe. Even Namibia, associate members here name their squad. I don't know why West Indies not naming their squad as yet. I don't know. It's just that they have us with contempt. My local church have a cricket team. Yeah, you know, play. Yes. Well, not really. No, the umbrella organization have a cricket team, but not the exact local church that I attend. So the umbrella organization did have a cricket team. Yes. Oh, no, Neser. I don't think Neser will bat Steve Jamor Small. The match will done before that, man. We're not going to need Neser, man. Ed is going to make 100 and take away the player of the series from Mitchell Stark. 31 wickets and 156 runs. You have to make 4 centuries to beat that. So you have to come again and make 100. Chase is trying to kid everyone that he's a frontline spinner in test matches, but he's not even a frontline spinner in his own dreams. That are true. Yeah, that's true. Checking in, good evening. Big up yourself, Mr. Casanova. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. No, sir. They don't rate us. They don't rate us, man. They don't rate us. If they'd rate us any at all. I'm checking on it, Mr. Casanova. You say you thought today is the deadline? You know that. Can England get three quick wicket here? And put this, if they get 3 wickets before lunch, which is just about a hour, well, a hour and 15 minutes is good, is a good time to get 3 wickets, you know. Is a good time to get, yeah. It's a lot of time to get, 3 wickets. So if they could get 3 or 4 wickets before lunch, it would be interesting. But it's Australia I want to win still, but I don't mind it go down to the wire. It could be probably, yeah, if it should go down to the wire, you know, it's going to be good. What's the Italy squad? I know Italy squad have a West Indian in it. Well, someone with West Indies connection. And as I said, they have a test player, a former test player in it also. Well, hug up that Stephen Roach. You hear what Garth Williams said? Hug up that Stephen Roach. Yeah, hug up that Stephen Roach. Garth Williams say your jokes are not funny. But God, no, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow, the 8th of January. Which is and they can ask extension. They can ask for their 2 extension. But and so the 8th of January, so that is about what time Dubai time? I don't see the time, but you know it's Dubai time, and you know in Dubai it's already the 8th of January. So they probably get until midnight, you know, Dubai time, the 8th of January. You know. So yeah, but they could ask for extension, but they need to get that provisional squad in by tomorrow. So we expect to hear that. Oh, so that squad will come earlier morning. Whoa, and you know, tomorrow morning I'm busy. So I hopefully I'll react to the squad tomorrow evening then. You know, tomorrow evening just about this time I could react to the squad. But so the squad will definitely. But I told you guys about 2 weeks ago that the West Indies won't name them squad to the last day, you know. And I saw persons putting up last week that West Indies is going to name their squad on the 2nd of January and all of them, something, you know. And I told you guys, West Indies, this is West Indies, yeah. This must be the worst West Indies administration in history. Full toss, load appeal, he's out first ball, you know. That ball dead. Why they don't give him out? And let's see the bat. It was a full toss. I need to see the replay. That must out. You have to review that. Wow, why they're not reviewing it? Can't understand why England don't review that. They missed the trick here. Let's see the replay. Rumors has it that they are waiting because we got a few injured players. So they are waiting out the name. They are waiting out to name the squad. Well, you did said rumors, but that's why I mean, say made other things differently, because tomorrow is the deadline to name the provisional squad. And you can make changes to that squad up to a week before the tournament. Ed turned this away down backward of square leg for a single. I want to see the replay of that first ball because unless probably I am, because to me it looks like the ball hit him full. And then you can make changes up to the, or it hit him outside the line. It hit him outside the line at the leg stump. I know it hit him full, but it hit him outside the line at the leg stump. Yeah, so you can make changes up to a week before the tournament to your squad, but you need to name a provisional squad by the 8th. So, and good administration, I will say to our players, look, we're naming you in this provisional squad, but it doesn't mean that you are going to go to the World Cup. We are going to make a decision on the final 15 1 week before the World Cup. So, not because you're in the provisional squad, it doesn't mean then that you are going to be in. So you're open to play and tell them. You're open to play and tell them. Well, Stephen Roach, that comment from you, how should I put it now? You see, I understand because I can't trust West Indies medical staff, and I keep on saying for the last 6 months that the medical staff should go. The West Indies medical staff should go. Our players are breaking down too often and none is coming back from injury. So the medical staff should go. Pitched up Edge away down to third man for 4. As Ed looks to turn that into the onside, Edge found in the gap. They are going to review it. It comes off his toe. He's saying that it's Carse is adamant that is off his toe. Ben Stoke go at the last moment. Wow, it hit him full on his toe. But Jamor, all of them are there, their wife and children and girlfriends are there. To me, it's not a year nor there to me, Michael. I saw your point that you said that you don't want to change your. This is going to be interesting, it pitch outside leg. So although it hit him in line, it pitch outside leg. Yeah. Joe Burns. There's another guy there from the West Indies. I think his name is Gay or something there. He's not in that squad that you said you put there. So here is Carse. He's over the wicket now to bowl to Ed. He's in bowls to head and a drive down the ground for 4. No doubt about that one. Full flow of the bat. And it goes into the boundary now for 4. They're looking to bowl straight to him and he drove that through mid on for 4. 10 without loss. Italy not named their squad yet. Okay. Australia name is, yeah. I like Italy captain Wayne Madsen. Okay. Garth Williams. I got Manson. Common sense, welcome, man. 4-1. Thank you. Ten without loss. So I wanted 5 love to common sense, but I'll take 4-1. I'll take 4-1. Which one you think hurt more, 4-1 or 3-2? Tongue bowl to Wetherall, and there's a peel again. The umpire said not out. They burn one, so they're not going to burn another one. Yeah, I wanted 5 love. Wow. Wetherall, what do you think of Wetherall? Round the wicket, bowls off the back foot goes Wetherall and he strokes this down towards the cover boundary. The fielder will come to his left, picked up, sends the return in. That's Ben Duckett. They will get 2-12 without loss. Looking to get 160 to win. So they need a further 48. (4-1) because they keep harping on the 13th man if but if doesn't play the cricket. 2 slips goes down, a stung round the wicket to Wetherall who allows it to go through. There is no run. Easy win for Australia, Mr. Casanova. Well, let's hope so, I really hope so. Will Ben Stokes bowl? Is he fit enough to bowl? England tactics is to bowl full and straight, open for a leg before the leg before. But those pace bowlers are coming back. They break down, but they're coming back. In Stephen Roach, it's a medical team, boss. All right. We send Shamar and Alzari go to India and they come home before even bowling a ball. Why did the medical team send them? Wetherall cuts away down to cover. This time it will go into the boundary for 4. Back off a length, wayward delivery. This is what I'm saying about this Australian team, because this English bowling attack without a fit Ben Stokes, a fit Jafra Archer, and Mark Wood, they really don't pose any threat to this Australian batting to get them out under the 160. So they're going to win. Australia is going to win and win easily. Also, so you got fans have put up the Italy squad there in the live chat, so you can check it out. Please check it out. 18 without loss after 2. They're going at 9 runs and over. They might want to win this before lunch, you know. Common sense saying, according to the English, if they did this, if they did that, they would have won. I'm just glad Australia did not rely on if. Yeah, if doesn't play the cricket. Don't common sense. We all know that if doesn't play the cricket. Whether I'll want to score more than 30. He had a half century in the series already, you know. Apparently, Warren Burns have been left out. They have left out Burns? Wow. Surprise, surprise. Burns have been left out? Shocking. Carse over the wicket, both to Travis Head and a drive back down the ground to Medan. There's no run. The score remains at 18 without loss. Sorry. 18 without loss. Man has the second largest number of wickets in the series, 22 at an average of 28. Mitchell Starks must be the player of the series unless Ed make 100 here, so you know. Carse bowls to Head, turn it away, down to the man on the backward square leg boundary for a single. 19 he is now. The man scored over 150 odd runs in the series, taken 31 wickets at less than 20. Head have to make 100 here for me if I give him the player of the series. I must give it to, at this stage, for me at this stage, it's Stark. It's definitely Stark at this stage. I can't give it to anybody else. Yeah, if doesn't play the cricket, common sense. Wow, Warren Burns left out. He must have fallen off badly as Weatherall plays that into the covers and get a single, 20 without loss. So 20 without loss after 2.3 overs. Oh, that's Italy's squad. Can you believe it, Mr. Brown, that Jamaica has not qualified for the FIFA World Cup automatically? You know, I speak out. This is really a cricket channel still, you know, Stephen Road. So I don't get a lot into football. There are times when I talk about it, you know, but Italy has not yet qualified automatically either. You know, and Italy have won the World Cup how many times? 4 times. Only Brazil has won it more than Italy. And they have not yet qualified. Probably and Germany tie. Probably, I think Italy and Germany probably tie on 4. Yeah. Start getting it, especially since Cummins only played 1 test. But should Ed make 100 in this innings or even 80 yard? Well, he may have a need to make 100 because 31 wicket at less than 20 apiece, and then you score 2 half century and make 150 yard runs. Full toss to Head, and he plays it back down the pitch on the half side of the pitch, mid half field, and there is no run. Italy, Pakistan, Ireland, and West Indies. You mean Joe Burns? Yeah, Joe Burns. Start getting it. So more than one person are saying that start getting it. Well, let me watch what the poll is saying because the poll is, let's see this poll. No, in fact, Travis said have increased his lead to 63%. So the runs is winning out now. So you know that even football or basketball or even American football, the defense don't get as much praise as the offense, you know, and you need both. Without both of them, you can't win matches. You need both. So it's interesting. So it's the same way in cricket. Persons tend to favor the batsman over the bowler. Definitely. None for 20 without loss as Wetherall secures and tongue round the wicket. 2 steps goes down, ball to him. He plays it out into the offside and they go through for a quick single. The score goes up to 21 without loss. So 21 without loss. Australia looking to win this series 4-1, and we'll be looking at it and say, boy, what happened in Melbourne? These guys were there for the taking, you know. $21 without loss. What happened to Steve Smith, Nick? Steve Smith himself a theatre, you know. Theatre, man. Absolute theatre. 2 slips and a fly gully. Tongue round the wicket. Ball stood the head plays that through mid on. Fielder comes across and dive and stopped it, but the batsman goes through for a single. It's 22 without loss now. 160 they're chasing. That means they need another 138 to win. Sorry. Took that off his hip. We'll wait and see if it is leg by. You know, it was off the bat. So what? Let's wait. Waiting on the signal still. Leg by. So it's 23 now. Leg by. So both batsmen are on 11. Ed has faced 11 deliveries, while Wetherall had faced 10. And both batsmen are on 11. So effectively, Wetherall is scoring faster than Travis Head. Very strange. As watch tongue round the wicket, balls to head, and Head cuts and it goes through to the keeper, and there is no run over the top of the bat. It's back of the length outside the half stump. He looks to cut, misses, and it goes over the bat and through to the keeper. Is this the first time in the series Wetherall is outscoring Ed? Round the wicket comes tongue, bowls to head, and Ed cuts again and misses, and it goes through to the keeper. Ben Stokes is at first slip. That means he's not going to bowl. I doubt it very much. So 1 to come in the over. Let's take the so 1 to come in the over. Then I run through the comments. Round the wicket, bowls, Ed covers up, plays it out into the offside. He gets a single, as there's a big gap between the fly gully and backward point. End of over number 4, 24 without loss. Australia needing 136 more runs to win the match. That's why Cannavaro was the last defender that won the A ball. Oh, you mean that the Ballon d'Or or something like that? Okay, but yeah. Stephen Roach is saying, it has always been predicted that Brazil will not win the FIFA World Cup for the next 50 years. So if you are a betting man, Mr. Brown, you know where to put your money. No. Yeah, Ballon d'Or. Okay, yeah, man. Yeah. That's okay. We have divided. I am still upset that the Brazil 1982 side never won the World Cup, Stephen Roach. Why would you be still upset about that? You know? Do you have Chris Gayle in your top 5 Jamaicans of all time? Yes, he's either 1 or 2. Head working with Stark. Yeah, Chris Gale is either one or two. Who else apart from George Edley? Which other Jamaican batsman come close to Chris Gale? Can't think of any. Carse over the wicket, bowls to Wetherall, good shot down towards the field and the cover boundary comes in. The score goes up to 26, just bending at the knee and caressing it down to that fielder. I don't like this field, you know. This field spread too far and wide. It doesn't look like a field that want to win match. Ed working with Stark. Explain common sense. I don't quite get it. Yeah, apart from George Edley, which other Jamaican batsman you could have really compare with Chris Gale? Head look to turn that into the onside and it's beaten as it goes through to the keeper. The Samuels doesn't have a number to back it up. Samuels, Rowe, all of those guys, they don't have the numbers to back it up. Gale have performance. While some guys will have style and grace and all of that, but Gale have the numbers. Head cuts and misses and it goes through to Jamie Simmet. There's 3 times now in this over that he cuts and misses and then on another occasion he looks to turn a ball into the onside and he was beaten by the outside edge and go through to the keeper. So Ed leading a charm life here. 26 without loss, Australia. Let me get down to the cricket now. Done that I finished that. I was having some over the wicket balls pull away by Head, but he mistimed the pull. Mid-on will trot back. But before he does so, the man coming off the mid-wicket boundary fields and sends in the return. Just finished drinking some very, very hot soup, you know. I mean, really hot. Let me try and explain this for you. So there's a slip and a fly gully. There's a man on the cover boundary, then there's an extra cover mid-off, and there's a mid-on and a mid-wicket. There's a man at long leg and a man on the deep square leg boundary. Yeah, so that's the field there. Carse is over the wicket, bowls to Wetherall, and Wetherall drives to the man at extra cover, and there is no run. The score remains at 27 without loss. Australia, after 5 overs in their second innings, they need a further 33 runs to win this match. Yes, so Samuels might have grace, and you said the same thing about Rowe and all of those things, but when it comes to performance, it's only 2 persons' performances that is really up there, and it's Chris Gale and George Edley. I would welcome anyone who can show me the performances of any other Jamaican batsman that you can put up there with those 2. Usain Bolt, Chris Gale, Bob Marley, Sean Paul, Colin Powell. I think those are your top 5 Jamaicans. So what about a man like Bush Stewart and Shaggy? You know, what about this guy here? What the guy we're gonna IMF name again, man? The finance minister. Somebody remind me of him name now. Nigel Clark. What about Nigel Clark? You know, that's you know, that's big thing to, you know. That's a real big thing. Round the wicket. And that's one turn away into the onside. There's one more. So 28 without loss. You know. That's a big thing. Big, big thing. Good night, Desmond Gardner. I think Desmond is checking in from Canada. Greetings. Thank you for your knowledge of the game. Why don't you help West Indies management pace bowling? I saw Michael Olin play Senior Cup and no batsman could play him. Yeah, Desmond Gardner, as you mentioned, Michael Olin, they will know first part of your question, 28 without loss. As Wetherall looked to turn that one into the onside, but it came off his body and dropped in front of him. The score remains at 28 without loss. To answer your first part of the question, they will not want me around them. They don't want me. They will accuse me of burning them out. And I am twice some of them age, and I will stay longer in the field than them, and they will accuse me of burning them out. And the second, you make a very good point, you know. So Percy's tongue comes in over the wicket and bowls to Wetherall taken, and the pad, it goes out into the offside, 28 without loss after 5.3. Percy's would see me on the road and all of those things, and the point that you're making about my knowledge of the game, and they said, you know, and they would compliment me, and even in the live community here, persons compliment me about my knowledge of the game, and I'm confident in my knowledge of the game. So let's come now. Around the wicket, bowls to Wetherall, tongue bowls, and he turns that into the onside, and there's no run. And I always try to point out to them that in my time as a little boy growing up, those players who play Test cricket would still be playing in Jamaica Minor Cup and Junior Cup. Even if they were not playing the Senior Cup, they were playing in the Minor Cup and the Junior Cup. And you as a youngster growing up, you were able to interact with them as tongue over the wicket, turned into the onside again, there's no runs. And as a youngster growing up, you were able to interact with them, play with them, and you were at the disposal of the immense knowledge that they have. And that is one of the things now that is lacking in West Indies cricket. That knowledge is not passing on to the youngsters. You know, there's no interaction between the senior pros and the youngsters. And that's why a lot of these senior pros, our current senior pros, a lot of them don't understand the cricket as much as I do, or knowledgeable about the cricket as I do, because they never got what I got. They never got what I got, like from a Michael Holding, a Courtney Walsh, a Aaron Daly, a Maurice Foster, a Easton McMorris, you know, and the list go on and on. They never got that. They never play with those guys. They never interact with them. A man like Richard Aston, you know, I keep on telling the 28 without loss after 6. Carse is it now. Over the wicket, bowls to Ed, who pulls it down to deep mid-wicket for another single. So he will go up to 16 from 20 deliveries. The score ticked over to 29 from 6.1 overs. I always told people that there is no doubting that Richard Danny Germs Aston, when he came back from South Africa, there were some issues. He had some issues mentally. No one can doubt that. And he will be in a zone by himself. He will be in a zone by himself. But if you give Danny Germs a cricket suit and put a bat in his hand and put on a peer pad on him and give him a gloves, you don't ever have to do so much. But say, Danny, come here, we go play a cricket match today. And Danny Germs, the knowledge that you would get from him to and from the cricket match and during the match is nothing that these youngsters nowadays will get, despite the cognitive, the mental challenges that he have. On his way to a cricket match and during a cricket match, you wouldn't think that that is the man who have so much mental challenges. As that is cut away down to backward point for 433 without loss, Weatherall moves up to 16. So he's on 16 from 19 deliveries. Ed is on 16 from 20 deliveries, and he's actually scoring faster than Head. Yeah, so Danny come go play a match. And all of a sudden, he becomes the brightest, most sane person. The problem starts when he's coming back from match. It looks like, to me, sometimes it used to look like when he's playing the cricket or is looking forward to the cricket, he has a different mindset. But when he's coming back from the match and he's now start to look back to going back on the street or wheresoever he used to sleep, it's like that always do something to his mind, you know, and him just gone again, in another world. Ben Stokes is reviewing that one as Weatherall cuts and misses and it goes through to the keeper. But I don't think it got a edge. It never, not to me, it never got a edge. You know? Yeah, so England have burned up 2 reviews. Ball tracking will show you that it never got an edge. Let's see. Wow, there was a murmur there. They're gonna bring it back. Well, they said that is a clear spot. Oh, what made that? Is hand touching his pocket? Is hand flicking his pocket? That's what caused a tremor. They said when he touched the bat, there's a clear spike. I think it's his elbow hitting his pocket. I think that's where. I think that's what showed that. Is another controversy. No, it's not that I forget him, but his sample size. His sample size is too small, man. His sample size 3 test matches, 5 innings. That sample size is too small. How far is Rowe from Gale? Far, man. Far. Rowe the far. Rowe. How far is Rowe from Gale? You know, Rowe could have been great, you know. And it goes back to Richard Aston again, you know. I remember one day talking to Richard Aston about Yaga Rowe. And Danny James said, oh, Yaga Rowe never know him could have bat, man. Yaga Rowe could have bat, but him too soft. Man allergic to grass. Oh, you're a cricketer and you're allergic to grass. You know? You know? Yeah, that's what Danny Germ said. Danny Germ said, oh, you're a cricketer and I'm allergic to grass, man. You can't allergic to grass and you're a cricketer, you know. What your opinion on Red Stripe? You mean Red Stripe beer is the best beer in the world, man. Best beer in the world. Best beer in the world. 33 without loss. They lose the review. England have burned up 2 of their review. Thank you, Carlton. Hey, man, big up yourself, man. I appreciate it. Do you have Chris Gayle over Bob Marley? No. No, no. I can't put Chris Gayle over Bob Marley, you know. I can't put Chris Gayle over Bob Marley. You got no fans. Round the wicket come Carse, bowls to whether I'll turn that away down back of the square leg for a single. The score goes up to 34 without loss. And let me tell you why I can't put Chris Gayle over Bob Marley. I don't know if it's because I know him from my little boy. I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's because I play with him. I don't know if it's because I watch him bat so much. I don't know, because you always hear that a hero doesn't have honor in his own country. So I don't know. But let me tell you, it's hard to put anyone ahead of Bob Marley. Is what that's his lunch? No, it's 5 minutes. It's 7 minutes to 8. Although their clock is 1 minute behind. Oh, it's a drinks break because a 2.5 hour session. So they have the drinks break probably every 40 minutes, every 50 minutes. So the ashes is boiling over. The big fast bowler not happy with the umpire. He went and touched the umpire. He's going to get fined for that, you know. He's going to get fined. He shouldn't have touched the umpire. He should have talked without touching the umpire. Once he touched the umpire, he's going to get fined. And they should fine him his entire match fee. You can't touch the umpire. He should be fined his entire match fee. He thinks that the ball hit the bat, but it didn't hit the bat. The technology, they always tell you that if the ball hit the bat, you'll have a clear spike. It's clearly the man elbow hitting his trousers pocket. If you ever witness Bob Marley perform, you will be transcend to a next level when Bob Marley are performing. When Bob Marley are performing, when you watch it, you know, it's like you are floating at the air, you know. It's like you're not even up on the ground, you know. It's like a trance-like thing that go on when Bob Marley are perform. So I can't put Gayle ahead of him. I can't put Patrick David, big up yourself. They don't want discipline, they want cuddling. Yeah, that is true. Don't know what that person is saying. The only knowledge of the game you have is for cricket, not for football, being a Manchester United supporter. Yeah, cool, fair enough. But do you know, Stephen Roach, that I was a coach of a Doncaster Cup football team? Yeah, Patrick Patterson. Yeah, Everton Mattis. Yeah, Everton Mattis was good, but he only had one test off. I think Everton Mattis only played 5 test matches. But again, he went to South Africa. He would have played more, you know, but he only played. He was one of those who went to South Africa. Yeah, we discussed it already, you know. We had discussed it already and go through the fixtures. Thank you, though, Michael Douglas, but we did discuss it and go through the fixtures. And that is why the regional team didn't really have a coach, because the senior players used to informally teach the younger players that it has all gone now. Yeah, that is true. Banana Brooks is saying that Sicard's fault there. So you're saying that the ball clearly hit the bat, but cynical to me. He shouldn't have touched the umpire. I know he realized that he done wrong now. Yeah. Cynical fault there, Banana Brooks. Okay, cool. I can understand that. Probably it's at fault too. That's why you never have a clear spike. Have I ever had a Caribbean? Yes, don't like it though, but red stripe is the better. That's why I probably have red stripe as number one. I don't like the Caribbean. It doesn't has the same taste. I remember when Caribbean just come to Jamaica, it was like the in thing because I think it's from Trinidad. And a lot of, there was this big promotion around it. And the first time I taste one, I didn't drink half it. I probably drink quarter of it. It didn't sit well with me. There's one thing I don't get, and I would like to know, why are these former cricketers, when they get sick, not getting the best care? Garth Williams is that's not one I can't know. But there should be a system in place. There should be a system. So whether I'll reverse sweep this down to backward point for 4, as Bethell comes into the attack and he just reverse sweep it down to backward point for 4. 38 without loss. 38 without loss. Bob Marley, product of the land all over the world, yeah. Carlton Neyman say, agree, fine, yes. I'm laughing after you when you get shade of love for loving man. I'm laughing after you when you get shades for loving Manchester United. Why are you laughing after me, common sense? Manchester United is my team from the 1980s, boss. Yeah, man, big team. You were a coach at Doncaster Rovers? No, I was not. Can Gale whistle as good as Yaga Rodo? But that Stephen Roach, it doesn't matter. If they want to play a whistling contest, then it's a whistling contest, but we are discussing cricket, and I don't think that Yagaro is anywhere near Chris Gale. His performance cannot match up to Chris Gale performance, despite all the grace and the flair that he had. 39 without loss. They need a further 121. Bethell turns that one into head, who blocks it out into the offside, and there's no run. Is Ed looking nervous? Is Ed playing for the player of the series, and he knows that he's on a lot of pressure from Stark and he needs to make 100 here because he really wants that one? I don't like them. Arsenal and Wenger are my loves. No, man. Arsenal. It's all right. If you are to say that team name that starts with the L, my number one enemy, football enemy, then the team that starts with the L, they are the number one enemy when it comes to football. Then there is Manchester City, Arsenal. Yeah. So, yeah. No, maybe Arsenal is second when it comes to and those teams that definitely the team that starts with the L. Can't bother with them. I want them to get regulated, you see. Yeah, I want them to get regulated. Which team do most people in Jamaica support? You mean as a cricket team, it's probably Kingston Cricket Club or Melbourne. Probably Melbourne. Got McCleary. Name not ringing a bell. You got fans. Howard, Webb, and Fergie time. So you think, no man. Howard Webb was referring when Fergie, well, maybe to the latter part of his career. But no, Howard, it's rubbish. Let me stick to cricket, yeah, because but it's unfair to say that the referees were referring for Manchester United. And even nowadays, you hear that a lot about Manchester City and Liverpool, that the referee are referring for them. Oh, Jesus, how could I call that name? If you're in the stream. Desmond Gardner said, I really don't appreciate how Richard Aston was treated when he returned from South Africa. He was my schoolmate at St. Andrew Technical High School. I play a lot of cricket with Richard Aston when he came back from South Africa, especially when when I was a student at Michael, and a few years after that, I played a lot of cricket with Richard Aston. Round the wicket comes Carse, bowls to head, who swings and misses. It goes through to the keeper, 40 without loss. And I know that a lot of persons try to help Richard Aston. A lot of persons. And he just has a medical condition, a mental condition. Because I know I can think now of Joseph Oakley, Wally Barrett, Owen Lewin. I shouldn't even start calling name, because there's so many persons who I know personally tried to help that man. And they would clean him up and they would set him up. But then 2-3 days afterward, him gone back on the street. So I don't know if it is quite fair to say that persons never tried to reach out and help him. I know that persons really tried to reach out and help him. Bobo Chin, Tweedy, all of those guys tried to reach out and help him. I know. Even his own club, I know that Kensington tried a lot of time to help him. Dave Cameron and all of those guys. So I don't know. I wouldn't want to say that, I wouldn't want to say that Desmond Gardner, that they weren't an effort. They were an effort, but it's just that he had a medical condition and his mind was not in reality. If you could get Richard Aston to play cricket 7 days a week, he would be okay. But it's just not possible. But if you could get him to play cricket 7 days a week, he would have been okay. It looked like Edwan Jamur Small. He played that one away down to the boundary for 4 though. So he will go up to 21 and it's now 44 without loss. Ed is gonna get 100 and take over the player of the series. Clearly, you people have voted for him. 64% of you said that he is the player of the series. So if and you are the best community, you know the cricket better than the commentators and so on who are choosing the player of the series. So if you say so, then you're gone clear. You are the best. So if you choose Ed to be the player of the series, the commentators they must follow you and choose him. So as that one is played to mid on and they go through for another single and turn over the score now to 22. And the Australian score is 44. So 65% of you are saying that he's a player of the series. I hope the commentators are listening and understand that you voted. Because did you hear I think is a chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff quoting me the other day, So I know they listen to me all over. So hopefully they are listening to me in Australia. And they are watching this and they realize that you people, this community, voted for Travis Ed and they will give him the player of the series. Round the wicket, bowls drive through the covers, down to the boundary for 4. Typical, aggressive, left-hander, flourishing front foot drive as the bowler over pitch. Weatherall just stroking it away. He moves up to 26. Ed is on 22. The score goes up now to 51. No, 49. Sorry, the score goes up to 49. I'm waiting. I'm waiting on the score to come up. I know the score on the screen is little back, so I think it's 48. Yes, 48. 48 with, how is it 49? 49. 49. Sorry, I finally get it right. 49 without loss. End of over number 9. We are just about 25 minutes before lunch. So that's another 6 overs. So they're going to, the match is not going to end before lunch. I really had wanted the match to end before lunch because I wanted to be on live when the match ends. And I'm enjoying the local discussion. Down the wicket comes Ed and he flashes this away. Down towards the cover boundary. Work for the field and the cover boundary who came around, picked up one-handed. His left hand, transfer the ball to his right and send the return, a looping return straight to Jamie Simmet over the stump. The score goes up to 51. Australia 51 without loss. both batsmen hug each other to just appreciate the 50 opening stand. So Ed moves up to 24. He's on from 30 deliveries. Weatherall is on 26 from 25 deliveries, scoring at more than a runner ball. So maybe that's why Ed charged Bethell there. So there's a slip and a forward short leg for Bethell. The left arm tweaker. They are going to say that he makes 150, so maybe today is his day. So they give him the ball. Down the pitch and head slap that away. Down wide of flung on. Work for the fielder. He has to go to his left, picked up, sends the return in. They stay on one. He moves up to 25, 52 without loss. Weatherall on 26 comes in to strike. So it was down the pitch. So Bethell is probably bowling because the English team said that, you know, today's it look like a theme day or a theme match. So let me give him the ball to bowl. See if he can prize out 2 or 3 wickets. Cricket is a batsman game. We'll do as they say, Mr. Casanova. Okay. Bethell bowls to Weatherall. Reverse sweep. Top edge. Running away down to third man. There's no one there. And the fielder coming around from backward point cannot get there. 56 now without loss. And he moves up now to 20, 30. He's on 30 from 26 deliveries. I feel like Ed is allowing the other opener to play. No pressure as she's secure. Well, could be. I wasn't looking at it that way, but could well be. I have proof that he has money, all of us, and not one supermarket in Barbican. I have to leave August down to help him. I have proof he has money, all of us, and not one supermarket in Barbican. I have to leave. I don't quite... You want to rewrite that again, Desmond, so that I can understand it? What's your favorite stadium in the world? My favorite stadium in the world. I have to say Kensington Oval in Barbados, you know. After back foot, they play that. Yes, yeah, I'd have to say, you got fans, I'd have to say Kensington Oval in Barbados. So Desmond God, you want to, you know, just rewrite your post so that I can. Okay. I know the first part I say, yeah, you have proof that he has money. Yes, he did. He did have money. He came back from South Africa. When I started Michael, I think that the money had gone by that time. When I know him, if he always talk about a car load of money, something like that. He always spoke about a car load of money, a car chunk of money, or so on. I always hear him speaking about a car chunk of money. I never yet see him with $1 unless someone gave it to him. But I know that a lot of time he would speak about a car chunk of money, as you know, he did spoke about that, but I've never seen him with any money. I've never seen him with any money. What I know is what I told you. Those gentlemen who used to, I know they used to, and those, you know, they used to show him some love. But everybody would have different experience. I can only give you my experience with him. Weatherall playing T20. The score goes up now to 58 without loss. Ed is on 25. Weatherall is on 32, 58 without loss. Favorite stadium outside of the Caribbean? If I'm to go with a favorite stadium outside of the Caribbean, is really Melbourne, you know, Melbourne in Australia. It's somewhere that I would always want to go, Melbourne. And I love it because of the Boxing Day test. And I always look forward to the Boxing Day test because it starts on Christmas Day in the Caribbean. And it's like after Grand Market and everything, and after the big dinner and Christmas and all the drinks and so on, then you look forward to that, and everybody relax, and everybody gone home, and If you were invited to a person home, you get home by that time, you get home by 5:30, you get home. So for decades now, I always look forward to the Boxing Day test. It's like my Christmas supper. You know, it's like my Christmas supper. Down the pitch, come head and hit this high in the air. As anyone underneath it, yes, the catch is taken. Head goes for 29. And Mitchell Stark should be the player of the series. He charged tongue and hit it high in the air. Sometimes Ed, to me, give me the impression that he's bored with batting. That this Australian bowling attack is not challenging him. And he needs a greater challenge. Not Australian. This English bowler in attack is not a challenge to him. And so because they are not a challenge to him, he gets bored very quickly while batting to them. Could be. Oh, yeah. Please hit the thumbs up button. If you're not seeing the thumbs up button, just click off the live chat and hit the thumbs up button. Yeah, please. Oh, he never got groceries to buy, but he has the money. Oh. Well, that's sad though. You love Boxing Day test to common sense. Yeah, I love it. I look forward to it. Long are the days we participated in one. Not true. Long gone. Finally, England got one, said Jamor Small Lal. 62 for 1. Labachain comes to the crease. He's under a lot of pressure, despite the 40 in the first innings. 48, he's now under a lot of pressure. And the thing about it with Australia needing 97, yeah, 60, 98 to win. He has to come not out, you know. He has to come not out. He has to try and scratch out 30 at 40, you know, 45. He can't be looking for a half century. If it comes, it comes. You know. But he needs to. The important thing for Labachain here and his test career is that he comes not out. A fit Shamar Joseph and Alzari Joseph would not make Ed bored. Yeah, that's true still, yeah. Shamar and Alzari can bowl, you know, especially Shamar, you know. you got fans touch every topic, and I take it Venezuela won't be invading Guyana. No, that they definitely won't be invading Guyana. No, definitely. Yeah, and for me, I'm always worried, but no, I guess they won't be invading Guyana now. They won't be. Yes. Patrick Davis said Melbourne and Lord's cricket ground. You have to choose one, Patrick Davis. You can't choose. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. You only can choose one. You don't get two picks. You only can choose one. So make up your mind. 64 for 1. Labachain is on 2 as Tong comes in over the wicket, bowls to Labachain down the leg side, and there's no run. So there's 2 slips and a leg slip for Labachain as that ball comes into him. Pitch on about mid and half, and was always going down the leg side. So let's watch now. 64 for 1 there. 2 slips and a leg slip as they look to bring back that ball into him. 1 for 19 is Tong. Labachain and 2 from 2 delivers. Redderell and 32 from 26 delivers. Josh Tong bowls to Labachain, who turn it into the onside, and there is no run. The score remains at 64 for 1 at the end of 11. That's why Stark getting play of the series. He ensured that the Ashes stayed in Australia. Yeah, well, he was very good. Will the West Indies play any match before the World Cup? Yes, 6 matches. 3 against South Africa, 3 T20 matches against South Africa, 3 against Afghanistan. The Afghanistan series start next weekend, the 19th. It's next Monday. Yeah, next Monday. Not Monday coming, a week from Monday. Start a week from Monday. So the Afghanistan series will start a week from Monday. It's the 19th, 21st, and 22nd. So it's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Quick series. Bethell comes in, bowls to Webster, who turns that away through back with a square leg. The fielder from short fine leg has to move to his right, picks up, the batsman goes through for a single. 65 now for one. The theatre of Simit Theatre. Oh, so Melbourne is your favorite ground? Yeah, man. Melbourne. Yeah, man. Melbourne. And it became my favorite ground because of the Boxing Day test. As I said, the whole atmosphere around the Boxing Day test. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Bethell round the wicket, bowls to the right-handed Labachain, who turned it to forward short leg. Did he drop the catch? I love to see the replay. I get the impression that hit the forward short leg on the full. So Bethell is going to go around the wicket. Left arm orthodox spinner. Bowls to the right-handed Labachain, the Australian number 3. A slip on a forward short leg, and he's forward and he strokes it to cover. So there's a slip, a backward point, a cover, a mid-off, a forward short leg. Those are the 5 fielders that I'm seeing. So here's Labachain. Here is Bethell. Round the wicket. Bowls to the right-handed Labachain, who covers up and played it back down the half side of the pitch. The bowler field in his follow through, and there's no run. So 2 deliveries to go in this over. Bethell round the wicket. Bowls to Labachain, and Labachain goes deep in his crease and work it away through forward of square, and they'll get a single as the fielder comes in off the backward square leg boundary and field, and 1 more to the total. Labachain moves up to 3, 66 for 1 with 1 delivery to go in over number 12. Australia requires a further 94 runs to win this match and win the series 4-1. So bowling to Webster now. So there's a slip in place and a forward short leg, a mid-off, a deepish mid-on, a straight mid-wicket, a backward point. He's over the wicket, bowls to Webster, who covers up and played to that man at a straight mid-wicket. 1 for 66 at the end of over number 12. Labachain and 3, Webster on 33. So say, if Puerto Rico, Cuba, and Dominican Republic start playing cricket, do they join the West Indies? But they are playing, aren't they playing cricket though? You got fans? There's a lot of countries playing cricket, you know, don't they won't join the West Indies. They won't join the West Indies because there's a lot of countries. Bermuda is not a part of the West Indies. Cayman is not a part of the West Indies. So there's a lot of countries playing. Turks and Caicos, the U.S. Virgin Islands, all of those countries are playing cricket. I know that Cayman and Bermuda are members of the ICC by themselves. Panama, Brazil, Peru, all of those countries are members of the ICC. You know, all of those. So they won't join the West Indies. The aura of the Boxing Day test is real, said Common Sense. I love Perth ground, but New Zealand have some beautiful ground. Yes, definitely. We will plan like the Barmy Army and visit Australia next time the Ashes are there, said Common Sense. Not true. Over the wicket, come Tang, bowls to Labachain, who is solid in defense, played it back down the half side of the pitch. The bowler tried to keep up, but I think the ball dropped. The producer never shows whether the ball dropped or not, but the bowler tried to keep up. He flicked it up with his foot and then tried to keep up. 66 for 1. Australia need 94 to win. Labachain on 3 is taking strike. Webster on 33 is a non-striker. There's a slip and the leg slip for Labachane as Tong makes his way in. He's over the wicket, bowls to Labachane down the leg side, his shoulders arm and allows it to go through. The score remains at 66 for 1. So they're going to show the replay now. There he is, flick it up, keep up. Yeah, it never fall. He didn't have complete control, but it never fall to the ground. He still managed to get it. Okay, so he still managed to get it. It never fall to the ground. He flick it up with his foot. That's the ball, and he juggled it about 3-4 times. Not total control, but he's still able to get it with his hand. He's going to move in now to bowl to Labachane over the wicket. Slip on a leg slip goes in. Labachane covers up, played it back down the pitch. He tried to flick it up again, but it didn't work this time. He tossed it to the man coming in from mid-on. So there's a mid-off. There's also a mid-off and a cover and a backward point. Yes, man, we should plan and go to the Ashes. When Australia hosts the Olympic, it held at Melbourne Cricket Ground. Okay. But I don't see any track around it. Melbourne has a lot of stadium. Tongue bowls to Labachane down the leg side. Again, he just comes inside the line and allows it to go through to the keeper. The score remains at 66 for 1. So they're working on that leg side line to Labachane. Continue to bring the ball back into him. They are setting him up for the one that goes away. So there's a slipper leg slip. There's a mid wicket. There's a backward square leg. There's a mid on. There's a slip and a gully now. Slip and a gully in place. Tong bowls to Labachane, who drives sweetly through the covers down to the boundary for 4. That's the one that was expected to go away from him, but Tong overpitched it. And it was a long off volley, and he just came forward and he pressed. Oh, nothing more than a press. And it sailed away down to the deep extra cover boundary for 4. Lovely shot. 70 for 1, Australia. They need now exactly 90 to win. India versus Australia last year was 10s at Melbourne. Who won that? Was it India that won it? You remember Dwayne you got fans. You mean Dwayne Levrock? No, the name not coming to me. 13 overs have been completed, 70 for 1. The name not coming to me right now. You got fans. Big up yourself, Desmond Gardner. Yeah, man. Yes, respect yourself. Respect. Appreciate that Desmond Gardner. Appreciate that, Russ. So Will Jackson is coming into the attack now, replacing Jacob Bethell. So Jack in the box bowling. He's round the wicket, a slip on a forward short leg. Weatherall covers up, played it back along the outside of a pitch to the bowler, who picks up in his follow through, and there's no run. This and one more over before the lunch break, as we just about 6 minutes to go before the lunch break. He's round the wicket, the right arm off spinner, bowls to the left-handed Weatherall, who allows that ball to pitch and grip and turn and goes through to the keeper. Wow, Jack is getting more turn than Rust and Chase here. Mr. Casanova, was it Mr. Casanova who said that Chase is very penetrative? Round the wicket comes Jack, full toss, pitched up, driven back to him, drop catch. So this is the 3rd catch that Jax is dropping in the match. Wow! It was a full toss, driven back to him, and he dropped the 3rd catch of the match. The 2nd off his own bowling. That one was a difficult one, though. But it's the 2nd catch he's dropping off his own bowling in the match. This guy can't catch a call. Comes in now, round the wicket, bowls to the left-handed Weatherall, who goes on his back foot and slapped it to the man at extra cover. There's no run. The score remains at 70 for 1. Weatherall seconds. Jack keep on dropping his catch. You got fans know the cricket and he remembers everything now. Pitched up, full toss. can't beat the man at extra cover again. So a half volley and a full toss, and Wetherell is unable to put away any of them. He missed out on 8 runs. He should have been 41 now. A half volley and a full toss, and he was unable to beat extra cover. He's seconds. One delivery to come. Jacks round the wicket. Bows to Wetherell, and Wetherell drives. Beat the man this time, but he cannot beat mid off. Nonetheless, he gets a single. He will keep the strike 71 for 1 after 14. Oh, you got fans. You remember that catch he took in the World Cup at first slip? What a blinder it was. Absolute blinder. Yes, man, it was a blinder. I remember who you're talking now. Why are you laughing, common sense? What was it about? Will I be back after lunch? Let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. Maybe I'll be back after lunch. But Australia definitely is going to win this one and win it easily. So Tong is going to bowl the last over. Jamur Small is saying that Chase have to examine himself and see what he's doing wrong. Because all the matches I watched, the spinners getting turned. I can make Chase get turned I can make Chase get turned after maybe from ball 1. Or something I said about Jacks. Okay. Okay. Round the wicket, bowls to Wetherell. He covers up and played it to mid-on, and there's no run. Yes, you got fans, yeah, man. I'll now see who can't believe it. It was a blind at first slip. I mean, the cricketing world couldn't believe that such a big man moved that smartly. He really moved smartly then and picked up that catch. 2007 World Cup. It was a blinder. $71 for 1. As the target is 160. So they need 89 runs to win at 9 wickets in hand. Happy to see that the match went into the 5th day. That's a nice scoreboard. I'd love one of those from a live stream. Round the wicket, cut away. Misses, goes through to the keeper, and there's no runs as Wetherell looks to cut. Just flash at it. It goes over the top of the bat. He was a right-arm leg spinner. He was a right-arm leg spinner to don't. Then he peeled away with sheer delight. We were all stunned. He took the catch, said common sense. Yeah, we were all stunned. Yeah. And you know, he could turn the ball far more than Rastan Chase. Well, he was bowling leg spins. He could turn the ball more than up bowls to Wetherell, who plays to cover. There's no run. The score remains at 71 for 1. He could turn the ball more than Anel Combley, but yet still Anel Combley get what? 600 test wickets? Yeah. Yeah, man, but he peeled away. Yeah, I remember quite well. 433,000. Wow, that's not bad. And the target was 500,000. So they need to get that target up to 500,000. You got fans say Brendan Nash or Joshua Da Silva? Nash. Brendan Nash. Every time. That's an easy one. You got fans. Easy one that. Brendan Nash. A two easy one you give me since night. You know, me kick it out of the park, Melbourne, and then Brendan Nash, easy one. Round the wicket, bowls. Short. He was looking to pull and try to withdraw the bat, and it goes down to fine leg, and the fielder took a catch running in. Oh, what unfortunate dismissal. It was back of a length. Wetherell looks to pull, and then he decided to withdraw the bat, and then somehow the ball hit the top of the bat and flew down to fine leg, and the fielder running in took a catch, diving forward. Let's watch the replay. Back of a length, he was going to pull, and then he decided not to pull. Probably it hustled on him. It got big on him. And then it hit the bat, the face of the bat. So Australia got a breakthrough and the stroke of lunch. Wetherell gone for 34 from 40 deliveries, and his test place is not assured. Both the batsmen who were batting needed to come not out. And so that's lunch. His test place is not assured. He say he threw away a 50. He was indecisive, you know. If it wasn't leading up to lunch, he wouldn't got out that way, you know. But he was going to pull. And when he was going to pull, he must say, oh, but lunch is just 2 deliveries away. Let me cut out that shot. But he never withdraw the bat quick enough. And it just come off the bat. It's almost, it's the face of the bat. And as that ball went to find, like I was hoping that the fielder drop it. But he did not. And so he has to go. Garth Williams is saying, I wonder if Australia wants Kawaja to hit the winning runs. Back to Shield Cricket for him, said Common Sense. Thank you all for being here once again. I enjoyed the evening. You know, I really gonna miss you guys, you know, this evening chat for 2 hours or so, and we just talk about it and we just watch the cricket together and we talk some cricket. Sometimes we try to put some football into it, and I saw, who was it, try to inject some politics into it. You got fans, I think, try to inject, or was it Common Sense? You know, so we all over the place. Let me see who you guys voted for the man of the series. You decided to give it to Travis Head, so you outvoted me. I gave it to Mitchell Stark, but then the majority stands. As far as the Cricket Forum is concerned, Travis Head is the player of the series. Thank you all for tuning in. I really, really appreciate your company. Next Wednesday, as I said, the women cricket start. I won't be able to do the match Wednesday because I'll be doing the school challenge quiz. So I won't be able to do Jamaica match. It's on YouTube, but although it's on YouTube, we still have our watch along because I noticed for a while now that the Indians are hugging up the YouTube chat when West Indies are playing, and so the Indians are there, and the camaraderie that we used to have watching West Indies cricket and making our posts, it's gone. So I will be here. I'll be here as long as it is possible to do a watch along on the T20 Blaze, especially when Jamaica is playing. To some extent, Guyana. Those are so when Jamaica, Guyana, and Trinidad playing, I can do some of those matches. You know, so maybe on Friday I will do the matches. On Friday I'm going to be busy too, so it's probably next week before I can do any of those matches. The West Indies should announce their team tomorrow. Tomorrow is the deadline. So I will react to that tomorrow evening. So I should be back here tomorrow evening about 6:35, reacting to the West Indies team. Yeah, put it at 6:35 because that's when I've been coming on. So 6:35 tomorrow evening, reacting to the West Indies squad. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Big up yourself. I love you all. Take care now.